Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name's Omar. I'm an artist, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, most of y'all were probably wondering, okay, Omar, what the hell's going on? Where have you been this past year? And to that, I just want to say I just needed a break, and I was just using that time to really focus on improving my art skills and really just paying attention to my fundamentals of art. Mainly what I was doing is the pandemic was going on, and then I was also in college, and I was just trying to figure out how to finish up all my assignments on time. Mainly, that was the main goal. But the one thing that really happened this past year was that because we were all indoors most of the time, I really went out to the net and I really looked up stuff and really immersed myself into the process of creating good art. So I decided that I wanted to do more figure drawing. I wanted to paint more environments. I wanted to paint more props. I wanted to draw more people, but I also wanted to study anatomy. I wanted to study light and shadow. I wanted to study perspective. There were just so many things that I wanted to learn, but I just felt like there's not enough time to learn everything. Lately, I've been learning Blender as well, and that's going on really good. But anyways, before I get too distracted again, let's just go ahead and talk about this video. So this up here, I got this reference image from the YouTube channel New Masters Academy. It's a really good channel where they have timed videos and they also have pictures of models posing. Mainly their dynamic poses. They got nude poses and non-nude poses. So what I really did initially, I started off with a nice sketch, and if you look at my video, I actually spent some really good time just making my sketch. Because the one thing you want to make sure when before you're starting on a piece is that you want to make sure your foundations are strong, because that gets 90% of the job done, like literally. So always make sure that when you're sketching stuff out, you're really taking your time and paying attention to all the little details, the little angles, and the little nuances on your reference images. Now, the one thing that I did notice as I was painting this is that I feel like I could have exaggerated her posture even more. Um, but it's fine. I didn't really pay too much attention to it because at the end of the day, I also gave myself a deadline when I was working on this. I told myself, okay, I'm just gonna spend 2 hours on this and nothing more, nothing less. And it's really important you give yourself a time limit when you're doing these studies, is because I could spend the whole day rendering this out, but I don't have the time. I don't have 8 hours a day to paint because I've got a part-time job and then other things that come up. You never know. So doing these quick studies and doing multiple of these in a day are more helpful than just doing one and spending just like your whole day just rendering it out. But at the end of the day, I do feel like it's helpful as well. It just depends on what your outcome is. What is your goal? What are you trying to do here? Are you just copying from your reference image to make something pretty, or are you actually trying to learn here? Like for me, when I was painting this, I was focusing on understanding, okay, where's the direction of the light? What are the shadows casting? Where are the shadows casting? And why are they casting down there? So making a conscious decision, making a conscious effort in understanding what the hell is going on with your drawing will really help you out in the long run. Just blindly copying and pasting isn't necessarily going to help you, because then you're not really understanding the concepts behind everything that's going on up here. So as far as my painting process goes, I usually only work in 3 layers. I mean, if it's a grayscale painting like the one up here, it's only 3 layers. So the very first layer is my sketch layer. As y'all saw earlier, it's mostly, I start off really rough, with scribbly lines and stuff, and then I grab my eraser and start erasing away and start cleaning up my sketch. And then after that, after my sketch is done, I create a layer below it and then a layer above my sketch. So I first start painting and blocking my values below my sketch layer. That's kind of like a basic value painting that I do. Nothing super detailed, just putting in all the lightest colors, the darkest colors, shadows, and stuff like that. And then when I've established like a good value range, then I go to my layer that's above my sketch layer, and that's when I start zooming in and kind of like sculpting all the forms and adding all the little details here and there. Also making sure that I'm keeping track of my time as well, because I don't want to spend too much time on one part of the body. So you'll see me jump around to different parts of body every now and then. Because at the end of the day, it needs to look cohesive. Everything needs to look polished and finished. You don't want just like one part of your image fully rendered, super highly detailed, the other is just like a rough sketch, you know what I mean? So that's why I keep going back and forth with the details that I put in. The other thing that I really want to emphasize on is flipping your canvas. You have no idea how important that is and how powerful this simple technique is. And the reason you want to do that, whenever you flip your canvas, it kind of like refreshes your eyes a little bit, and then you're able to spot the mistakes that you weren't able to spot earlier. So you'll also see me constantly flipping my canvas, a couple of times actually. And I think there isn't really a shortcut key in Photoshop to do that. You're gonna have to create a custom shortcut key. For me, it's my F5 key. You can easily change it. I think it's under edit and keyboard shortcuts, I believe. So F5 by default, I think that's the brush settings key, but I barely use my brush settings option anyway. I just have it open on the side right under my color wheel. So I felt like that's the kind of key that I won't be using that much anyway, and it's not gonna break Photoshop for me or mess my workflow in any way. So I just made that the key that I need for flipping my canvas. And I use it all the time, like literally all the time. And it's just so helpful and so powerful. The one thing that I really had a hard time on this drawing was the face. As you all can probably see, the face looks like a hot mess throughout the whole painting. It was just so weird, man. Like, I'm not used to drawing people in this kind of position where it's like curved and then looking up, and yeah, it was really hard for me to figure out the face, and I think I spent a good amount of time on that face, because the goal was for me to make it look like somewhat polished but not super detailed or anything. And at first I was zooming in, trying to figure out what's going on, but after a few minutes later I realized that, oh, I can just rotate my reference image and my drawing, and then that'll make everything a lot easier. And so I rotated it just a little bit so that it looks like she's actually looking forward, not up, if that makes sense. And that kind of helped me a lot. And here's the other thing: when you're using Photoshop, don't be afraid to utilize all the tools that are available to you. I mean, it's there for a reason. Use it. I mean, if it's gonna make your life easier, I mean, by all means, use it. Earlier, I was also constantly using the lasso tool and the free transform tool quite a bit during my sketch period, just to make those quick changes. I mean, instead of erasing away, I can just like select parts of my sketch, rescale it, distort it, warp it, and anything. But yeah, that's it for me, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys had a good time listening to me talk. I know I had a good time. It felt kind of weird, honestly. I kept messing up. I kept making like 10 different recordings, and then I put them all together. I'm just not used to this thing, but I feel like this is a good time to relaunch the channel, because there's so many things that I want to talk about. And many times, I guess, if I don't have much to say, I'll probably just have my drawing play in the background and we'll just talk about a topic or something. I know the other thing that I'm really looking forward to doing after this grayscale painting is a colored version of this image. Well, not this pose specifically. I'll probably pick up a different pose, but I feel like jumping directly into color will really challenge me. So yeah, stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next one. And subscribe, like, and follow. I'm highly active on Instagram and TikTok, so y'all better follow me up there. Till then, I'll see you guys later. Hope you all have a good day. Bye.